This is Peter Stanley. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to give an update on my plants. It's June 10th and it's been 2 weeks since my last update. Mostly what I've got in here are herbs. I've got a pepper cutting there, some more cuttings I'm rooting herbs. This is the orange manzano plant that Susan Garza gave me. It's putting out some new growth. I just need to figure out where to move this to so it can really grow. But I was kind of giving it a little transition period in my air garden. It's some purple sage. Looks really good. I took it out of my Jamaican hot chocolate, and these are some cuttings. So I'll try to get it going for next year. I was having some problems with the roots. This is really neat, and it can be done for peppers too, but these are all herbs from cuttings. I've got some pineapple sage and lemon balm, mugwort, and they're basically little wick cups. It's a new design. It's a little 8-ounce cup with some slits cut out all in the corners and wick. And this is just one of those plastic salad containers in the grocery store. Really cheap and easy. This is my herb garden. It's most of what I've got left in the basement. This is eggplant. It's another eggplant. Some tomatoes. Some basil. I've got my Malgetta pepper here that Jaden Ling sent me the seeds for. I need to put that outside. And I also got a Geronimo pepper. And it's my drip system. I think the plants have adjusted and they're starting to put out new growth. Leaves are a little yellower than I'd like, but I started out with a much weaker solution, so I started ramping that up. So this 2 weeks from now, in the next update, they should be more filled out. The only plant that really has trouble is this Blue Christmas, and it seems like when it's warmer it really looks bad, but in the evenings and the mornings the leaves perk back up. I've got some ripe pods on here I need to pick. But I'm getting some fruits on quite a few of these. Here's my chocolate unreaper. Here's peppers back up in there. The Brazilian red olive has some little pods on it. This is my Stravos. This Queen Lori looks good. It's a really fast grower. Sugar Rush Peach has a lot of fruits on it. There's a bunch in the back there. So Deja Dama Pa has I just noticed, has a flower, a pod. And also my 7-pot yellow, Chegawanis yellow has some peppers too. This is my, I really don't know what to call it. The seeds are labeled as Jay's Red Ghost Scorpion, but the pods were not the same pheno. And but I love the plant because it's super productive and the pods are really hot. But it's got some fruits on it. Mako Cuckoo has a lot of fruits. Ahi pineapple's been dropping a lot of, hoping it straightens out, but it's got some fruits set, so I hope they do okay. My daddle has a pod on it. This is Jay's Peach Ghost 7-pot olive. This is my Puerto Rican yellow. It looked really rough initially, but putting out a lot of nice new growth. It has a lot of peppers on it. They're on the small end. I think they'll get bigger, and the next wave should look better once the plant grows. But just from what it is, it's produced a lot. Capuchito cross as one pod. And it says my chocolate bootloop. It was looking pretty rough, but all the new growth looks good. There's something eating on my plants, but it's not too bad. And my black boot looked pretty rough too, but it's putting out a lot of new growth. It looks good. These are my sunflowers. Actually getting, some of these are the mammoth type. I've got them kind of all mixed up, but they're growing a lot. I mean, just from the last update, I think they've grown like 3 feet and they're in like 2 weeks. These are a little shorter, a lot of blooms. And I've also seen a lot of pollinating insects on these already. I've seen some honeybees, which is great. So really like how these look. Here's my Chinese red pepper, Tianjin. It's got some. I've already picked a few ripe pods. It's got a bunch of fruit on it, as well as this Thai dragon. It's a Thai dragon. All the fruits point upward, but it looks very loaded with peppers. This is Mahi pineapple, the original mother plant, in a wick bucket. It's starting to look better, greening up some. And my Chiltepin yellow is doing really well now also. And these are still the ones that need to be moved somewhere. There's a basil plant, tomatoes, various things. These are my 2 white devil's tails. And they look really healthy. This is the wick bucket one, and this is the self-watering container. And I think the self-watering container one actually looks a little better, fuller. This is my Helios Hab in the low pressure aeroponics setup. It's got a lot of growth, a lot of flowers. I don't think it's set any pods yet. And these are my 2 Cardi yellow scorpions. This is the wick bucket, and this is the hempy bucket. The hempy bucket one, I think overall looks healthier and fuller, bigger leaves. The wick bucket is not as full, but it has a lot of fruit. There's more on the other side too. I think part of the reason I was talking to Matt Garver, I think he shared a similar experience, but like the res level is pretty high. It's just below the net pot. I think if I use a lower reservoir and let these kind of grow down, kind of like a cracky system would, to give more aeration for the roots, I think the plant would do better, which is how I've got this wick bucket. Has a lower reservoir somewhere down here. So let's see how it kind of gives me another comparison. And also want to do, these are some nursery plants. This is a Mayan pepper, peach habanero, and these are all orange habs. And I meant to already have done this, but I wanted to put 2 of them, do a comparison grow between Master Blend and Donna Grow. You can see how they do, like in a wiki, like in a cracky tote, like each in a 27-gallon tote. So I need to do that. But anyway, so that's my grow on June 10th, 2017. I hope you like that. Thank you for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe.